Well, here we are on a cold November evening, but it's like Christmas already. Get this camera set up, but I want to do a quick video. It's an exciting day. Got the engine block, 440, 1968. It's going to end up someday in that 67 Barracuda. So just got back from the machine shop, and yeah, it's like Christmas. So we've got a block that's been all cleaned up. Tanked it, all clean, got it bored out, 30 over, new freeze plugs. They put the cam bearings in. So this thing is ready to get painted and I guess start the assembly process. Got some more stuff. Let's see what we got here. Dropped a bunch of stuff off. Shot a little video back when I was getting things dropped off and paying them a deposit and everything. These are just bearings and my rings and such because I had them balance it. So what we had done here, this is at Adams Engines over in Howell, Michigan. I think they did a real good job. We're going to see when we get together here, putting the parts in, measuring everything, but I'm sure it's perfect. So it's clean. I brought in my forged crank. The crank was already turned 1010. This engine had been rebuilt before. They checked it out. They didn't see anything wrong, so that's cool. They polished it, so it should be good to go for the rebuild. Again, 30 over bore, and they did resurface the deck. I wanted to check that, make sure it was perfectly flat. I'm going to be putting new cylinder heads on this engine. I decided not to rebuild the iron ones, so I'm going to put aluminum ones on, and I'll do kind of some unboxing or whatever you want to call it when I get the parts. We'll be able to show you that. What else here? Cam bearings installed, freeze plugs or core plugs. I brought in my pistons, my rings, and everything. I got forged pistons, moly rings. Going to do a pretty decent rebuild here. I'm not going to do a roller cam motor, at least I don't think so at this point. I went to order a regular, flat tapic, hydraulic lifter camshaft. Of course, it's on back order. Everything hot is on back order, but assuming that comes in here in a reasonable amount of time, I'm going to stick with that. If I get upset, well, maybe we're going to do a roller motor. We'll see. But that's not the plan right now. Okay, let's see what else. So rods reconditioned. I bought ARP rod bolts and brought those to the guys. They reconditioned the rods, make sure they're perfectly round, install those rod bolts and the pistons. So they press fit the pistons to the rods, and yeah, the whole bottom end has been balanced. So since they had the crank and the pistons and rings, bearings, everything, I had them, do the whole rotating assembly balance. And they had to add some metal to the crank, he said. So it cost a little extra to have some heavy metal put in it. Let's see here. Here is the forged crank. Again, it's a 68 motor. So I don't know if that's showing up on the camera, but I'll unbag it later. It looks basically like it did when I brought it to them. Maybe they cleaned it up a little bit. I guess I had it kind of oily and such from the disassembly. I'll set that aside. It's hefty. All right, what else? This is it. So this is the end of what I brought them. So they just fix things up here. Oh yeah. So yeah, as expected, the pistons are all set up to the rods. 30 over, forged pistons. They got a lot of assembly lube on them, looking good. So yeah, the big ends here all resized, and the ARP rod bolts are pressed and ready to go. So see, they got them all numbered. Yeah, they took their time, I guess, with the balancing. Got some notes on here. All right. Amount of pressure it took to press them in, I guess, 50 pounds. I guess that's what that means. Okay, well, set this stuff aside, and we're gonna get the engine stand out and get this thing ready for, I guess, some cleaning. I gotta clean it a bit and maybe get a little bit of light rust off of it that's still there. And then I bought a good engine paint, a primer, I guess we'll call it paint. It's a primer, and then the paint, so the orange paint. Okay. Well, this will probably turn into a winter project. I don't know how fast I'm going to move, but I will shoot some videos along the way, at least of the interesting stuff. It's been a long time since I did an engine rebuild. I just kind of got out of the muscle car thing, you know, other stuff happens. So I was racing cars on a road course for a while. I guess I raced motorcycles before I did that. So road racing. Then I got into dirt bikes, and you know, they're a lot of fun. But every free weekend you're boogieing up north here in Michigan to find good places to ride. And you know, family and kids, life happens. I sold my cool 69 Plymouth. Probably should have never done that, but I was able to find a suitable new project about a year ago. I got the 67 Fastback Barracuda you saw in the beginning there. It's a slant 6 car. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty full-on engine swap project, because it's not just a big V8 where it used to be a small V8, slant 6. So I'm changing the frame of the car. That front K-frame is going to get changed out. It's going to have, of course, a new transmission, a new rear end. I thought about maybe leaving the one in there just to kind of get things rolling, but you probably would need a custom drive shaft and everything else. I might as well try to get an 8 3/4 A-body rear end and get it in there, and get the drive shaft made appropriately, or maybe get lucky and find an original, but I doubt it. New springs, suspension, torsion bars, on and on. So everything's going to get rebuilt along with this project. But hey, that's fun. That's why we're doing it. We need a challenge. So I'll get this on the stand, and we'll do some more interesting video another day. All right.
See ya.